All right, yay, people are continuing to join. We are gonna get started, and I had a request to open up the back of the legs, so we're gonna do that and probably get into some splits today, so that'll be really fun. And don't worry, if you've never done splits, you'll be able to at least do half splits. Okay. So let's go ahead and start off in child's pose. So your knees will be wide and your toes together. And then come forward and rest your belly in between your thighs with your arms out in front of you, placing your forehead on the ground. This is your resting pose, child's pose. You can come into Balasana as often as needed. I don't know if you guys have seen that meme going around right now. It's a lady in the grocery store. She's in child's pose. And she says, my teacher says I can come into this whenever I want. And I just love that. Love, love, love. That we can stop at any moment to rest and reset. Start to tune into your breath. Not necessarily making any changes to it, but noticing and observing, how is your breath, your prana moving today? You might begin to notice that in this position, your breath is forced to go into your back body. So you might feel your breath into the ribs, the side of your ribs, and the back and the shoulders. And as you bring your awareness to that, it's going to naturally start to amplify your inhale. As you tune into your breath, start to tune into the body and scan, noticing the parts of you that might feel a little bit tense, tight, uncomfortable. And then send a loving and healing breath to those areas. And although they might not go directly to those areas, in the forefront of your mind, bring those areas to that space in between your eyes and take a really intentional inhale in. And as you exhale, let it go. Scanning your body. What feels good? This is part of my practice to also really be grateful for the parts of you that are functioning well, that feel strong, fluid. And maybe for you today, it's the part of you that feels supported. So with gratitude in mind for your body, for your health and your wellness, let's take another intentional breath in together. So inhale in. And exhale, let it go. Take your awareness up to your head space, thinking about what you're thinking about. What are the quality of your thoughts today? What's the pace? Little reminder, I, the thinker, am not my thoughts. I, the thinker, am not my thoughts. So today, let your breath be your gatekeeper for your mind, to harness it. Taking a deep breath to reset the mind and to come back to the present moment, to connect back with your body. With that in mind, let's take another intentional breath together. Breathe in and breathe out. And lastly, let's drop into your heart space. And how are you? How is your soul? How's your spirit? How are you feeling? Being open to any emotion that comes up right now and throughout this practice. So with that intention in mind, again, one final cleansing breath together. Breathe in. And let it go. Breathe out. There's a grace when the heart is under fire. Another way when the walls are closing in. And when I look at the space between where I used to be and this reckoning, I know I will never be alone. So many of our hearts are under fire in this season, and so I am here to remind you that you are not alone. So may this practice be a space for you to connect with our community here at the studio, connect with your mind and your body and your spirit, but also to connect with something bigger than yourself. May this practice bring you comfort, clarity, peace, healing, and joy. And may we create a lot of heat this morning to shake out the fear, to stir up that digestive fire in us, creating more mental focus and more physical energy, and ultimately to completely transform our body from the inside out. Big breath in. Hold it in this time. And then let it go. Let's get moving. On your next breath in, please start to lift yourself up into tabletop. And as you exhale, you're going to press yourself right back down. Inhale, lift up to tabletop. Shoulders are over the wrist. Exhale, straighten it back to the back of the mat. Inhale, lift. Rounding it up. Exhale, shift on back. Draw the belly in, tuck the tailbone under as you come up in cat pose. And then exhale, shift it back. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you press back. So really feel the core working. Inhale as you come up. Maybe this time you hover the knees an inch off the ground. And then exhale, lower the knees and shift yourself back. Inhale as you come forward and lift using the core. Exhale as you come back. Inhale as you lift. Maybe you start to lift even higher. And exhale as you roll back. So continue to move back and forth here, letting your breath lead your movement. Going as slow or as quick as your body needs this morning. Let's go 5 more rounds. Breath to movement. Using Ujjayi breath, which is breathing in and out of your nose. Constricting your throat so that you can really start to create heat. On this next one, lift it up and tuck the toes under. Come into your first down dog with a generous bend in the knees. Shift the hips back, belly to thighs. And then straighten the legs, come up high onto your tippy toes. Bend the knees, we call this bear pose. Lift into your down dog, but high onto your tippy toes. So again, breath to movement. Inhale as you lift up high onto your tippy toes, booty high to the sky. Exhale as you sit back into your bear pose. Push the booty back, belly to thighs. Go as slow or as quick as you need. Both legs at a time. Five more rounds. Moving dynamically here, we're telling the body where we're going. Last one. And then exhale, find your down dog. Still a micro bend in the knees as you press the thighs back. Your hands are shoulders width apart, your feet are hips width apart. Ears in between your biceps, belly's drawing in as you press the sit bones back. You can find stillness after all that movement, or you can choose to pedal it out. You can sway the heel side to side. You can look under each armpit, shaking your head yes and no. I always encourage creative licensing in my classes, adapting the postures, the little vinyasas or sequences to whatever you need. Breathe. And then come back to that still place again. Big inhale. Mindfully lift the right leg up to the sky. And as you're doing that, let your hips open up. So look under the right armpit and reach it high. If you're having any wrist issues, it's okay to come down to your forearms. So you can come down like here. So open, open. And then start to rotate your hips so that they're squared down. And if you look at your big toe, it's turning and spiraling inward. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, knee to nose, using your core, shift your weight forward. And then bring your foot in between your hands. If that means grabbing onto your ankle and bringing it forward, then go ahead and do that. Lower the back left knee down. Take an inhale, and exhale, slowly start to shift your hips back, pulling the toes towards your shin for your runner's stretch. Breathe in here, and then exhale, roll it forward. Inhale, shift it back, your toes pull in. Exhale, come forward. So we're opening the back of the leg, breathing in, breathing out. Again, moving dynamically first before we start to hold these postures. Notice the position of your pelvis. As you shift your hips back, really try to draw the tailbone up towards the ceiling, and as you come forward, your tailbone lengthens to the ground. Let's do a couple more. Breath to movement. Okay, bring it back forward, lift the back knee. You're gonna take your right foot and swoop it all the way back up to the sky. This time, bend the knee and open up your hips as you square the shoulders down towards the ground. Big breaths. Take one more. And then exhale, straighten the leg and slowly bring it right back down. Let's come off of our wrist for a moment. Inhale, roll yourself forward to a high plank. Modify to your knees. We'll all modify for our first one. Look forward and start to bend your elbows so they come right by your ribs for a modified chaturanga and yoga push-up. Release down to the ground. Flip the toes back. Let's bring our arms out to the sides. And you can tent your fingers. Inhale, kiss the shoulder blades, roll the shoulder heads up, and gaze forward. I love this one. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lower the left shoulder down and look over the right. Protect your lower back by sending the tailbone towards your heels. Pubic bone up towards your belly button. Breathe in, and let's go the other way. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your hands right by your chest. Keep that engagement of your shoulder blades and your shoulder heads, and let your hands assist you to come up a little bit higher. But can you maintain that length in your lower back? Really awakening the upper back to help you here. One more big breath in, And then exhale, come down. Tuck your toes under, push back up, pass through tabletop, tuck the toes, lift up into your down dog. Let's take a breath here, and exhale out. Inhale, left leg lifts. And as you lift it, allow yourself to go towards the path of least resistance. So open up, whatever it takes to lift your leg as high as you can. Really reach and stretch it out. Remember to evenly distribute your weight through your hands and your foot. Take a breath. And as you exhale, start to spin the left hip down so that it's in line with the right. Look at the big toe, should be facing the ground. The inner left thigh is up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and exhale, knee to nose. Round for jaguar. Again, like last time, you can grab your ankle and bring it through, or bring it all the way through using your core. And lower the back knee down. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, start to shift the hips back. Breathing in as you rock forward, breathing out as you rock back. So here are my blocks. If you have them and you need a little bit more support, please put them underneath your hands. Breathing in, breathing out. So we've been here before. We did the other leg. Notice the difference on this side. Each side is going to be totally different. Continue to pull the toes towards your shin. Draw the belly in, but to really intensify the stretch, press the tailbone back as you come into your hamstring stretch. As you straighten the left leg, send the tailbone back, tilting the pelvis forward. Couple more. And then inhale, come forward. Lift the back knee. Draw the belly in to swoop that left foot high to the sky. This time, bend the knee and open up your hip. So reach the foot over behind you. At the same time, you're squaring the left hip and left shoulder down. So there's a little bit of resistance here, allowing you to really open up. Breathe. Big breath in. On your exhale, straighten your leg and bring your foot down. This time, let's walk our feet to the top of the mat. However you want to get there, side to side, crossovers, tippy toes. When you get to the top, keep the knees bent and come into your ragdoll, swing side to side. You can make this movement really subtle and slow, or you can make it really big and sweep across the whole ground, touching everything below you. Notice the position of your neck. Let it totally hang. If you have blocks, you can bring them in front of you to bring your hands onto them. As you inhale, let's go into a halfway lift. You're on your fingertips, blocks, or shins. Create a nice strong core and elongate through the crown of your head. Breathing here again. And then as you exhale, fold back in half. Inhale again, halfway lift. Stay here this time, bring your arms to a T as you exhale. As you inhale, start to face the palms forward, thumbs up, and rise up through the legs, through the core, reach up to the sky. Big breath in as you reach up, send the tailbone down, and draw the ribs in towards each other. So the core is strong as you open up the heart. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, cactus the arms, bending the elbows, draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Breathe in, stretch it up. Breathe out, cactus the arms. Breathe in one more time. And exhale, cactus the arms. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, soften the arms by your sides. And then start to roll the shoulders back. Shimmy them forward. Do one at a time like you're swimming. Maybe even take your hands to your shoulders. Maybe even do your whole arm. Anything goes. Side to side. Yogi cha-cha. Get all the cracks out. Roll the wrists. Roll the head. So I'm going to take you through some sun salutations, and we're going to get really heated to build up that agni, that digestive fire within us. You ready? Let's take a big breath in, standing at the top of your mat, Tadasana Mountain Pose, reach up. Exhale, dive in half, hinging from the hip crease. Round at the end, inhale, halfway lift, look forward, heart draws forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right leg back. Lower the right knee down, and take an inhale, low lunge. Breathe in, stretch it up. As you exhale, bring your hands right back down, lift the back knee, left leg comes back. Breathe in, come forward onto your tippy toes, modify to your knees, or high plank to low plank. Exhale. Flip the toes, baby cobra like we did last time, or maybe you push up through the thighs, up dog. On your exhale, roll the toes under. Pass through tabletop or press straight to your down dog. Bring your toes together. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose as you bring your foot in between your hands. Lower the back knee down, right shin is vertical. Breathe in. Anjaneyasana. Breathe out, hands frame your front foot and step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana fold. Inhale, root through your feet to rise up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to heart, steady standing. Big breath, reach it up. Breathe out, dive. Breathe in, half lift, fingers on the floor, blocks or shins. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, let's take the left leg back. Option to drop the knee or keep it lifted. Inhale, low lunge or high lunge, your choice. Exhale takes us right back down, stepping to your plank. Take an inhale here as you shift forward and lower your knees if you'd like, and then chaturanga exhale. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Wrist, elbow, shoulders are lined up. Exhale, pass through tabletop or go straight to down dog. Toes together, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose as you bring it right in between your hands. Drop the knee or keep it lifted, your choice. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands come down, frame your foot and step to the top of your mat. Breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. Breathe out, Uttanasana. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep it up, keep it going. Exhale, take a dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folds up your right leg back. This time, take your right foot wide to the side of your mat. Spin the heel down at a 45. Virabhadrasana 1, your arms come forward and up. Take a breath in. And breathe out as you come right back down. Pivot and step back to plank. Skip chaturanga. You can go to down dog or do this vinyasa with me. Lower down. Flip the toes. Open your heart, choosing your appropriate back bend. And then exhale, knee back into down dog. Inhale, take the right leg high. Exhale, this time, bring your right foot to the outside of your right pinky. Lower the back left heel down, square the hips forward as best as your body can, and reach it up, warrior one. Exhale, bring it right back down. Your hands on the inside of the foot. Pivot and step to the top of your mat. Bringing the right foot back to center. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Fold in half as you breathe out. Inhale, reach it out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, take a dive. Stay with your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Take your left leg back to the left side of the mat. Spin the heel down. Warrior one again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your hands right back down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog or chaturanga. Inhale, open your heart. And exhale, hips to the sky, down dog. Bring your feet together. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring it to the outside of the left pinky. Spin the heel down at a 45. Warrior one. Breathing. And right back out. Pivot and step to the top of your mat. Feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, reach to rise. Reach it high to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep it going. Sun B, inhale, sit into your chair. Your fingers graze the floor, lift up, Utkatasana. Let's stay here a little longer as we create some more heat. Breathing in. Bring your arms to your lower belly and see if you can really make sure you're activating your core here. Then bring your hands to your lower back and lengthen through the lumbar, sending the tailbone towards the ground. When you feel all of that is active, then bring your arms right back forward. Big breath in, and then breathe out as you fold back in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step, walk, or hop through your chaturanga. Inhale, open your heart. And exhale, down dog. Bring your right leg high to the sky as you inhale. As you exhale, bring it in between your hands, more towards your thumb. Spin the back heel down, finding your alignment here for your feet. Nice wide stance for more support, and rise to your warrior one. Let's stay here for a few extra breaths. You're gonna inhale, straighten the front leg. And as you exhale, press through the big toe, start to hinge from your hip crease, and then keep sweeping your arms back behind you. Inhale, lunge right back into your warrior one. Reach it up. Exhale, straighten the leg, hover over your thigh, and sweep your arms behind you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, right back up. Exhale, hands come to the ground. Pivot and step back. Down dog or vinyasa. I promise a break is coming soon, so stay with it. Inhale, and then exhale. Toes kiss. Left leg high, breathe in. Exhale, bring it through to the left thumb. Spin the heel down and sweep it up. Warrior one. So you know where we're going. Really connect with your breath. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Big toe activates the gastrocnemius calf muscle. Arms go back and you hover. Inhale, lunge forward. Exhale, shift back. If you really want to challenge yourself as you're doing this, notice how your knee is tracking with your hip and your toes. Can you make sure the knee is going towards the middle and second toe versus caving in or out? 2 more here. Breath to movement. Last hover. And then inhale. Exhale, hands down, pivot, and step it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha, up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha, down dog. So here's your first break. You can stay here with me in down dog for 5 breaths. You can drop to your knees, arms to your sides, child's pose. Maybe even grab a sip of water. Follow your breath in through the rim of your nostrils and out. Watch how your breath naturally slows down in the stillness. If you're in child's pose, meet us back in down dog, please. And then inhale, bend the knees, look forward. On your exhale, you're gonna step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, back to chair, bend the knees, booty drops, arms come up. Let's stay here for a few breaths again. Look down at your toes, can you see them? The knees should be barely below where they start. Kissing the inner thighs, core is working. Big breath in. And then exhale, press through your legs, rise all the way up. Cactus your arms, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Breathe in. One more time, lion's breath, let it all out. Inhale up. And exhale, arms to your sides. Stand here for a moment. 1 minute standing meditation before adjusting your clothes, grabbing a sip of water, before shaking it out. Just be here. Maybe your eyes are open and you take in what's around you. Maybe all the sounds, or you tune into one particular sound. Bring the sensation of touch here. The earth below you. The sky above you. The fire within you. Big breath in. And let it go. Drop your chin to your chest and roll your head side to side nice and slow. Bring back some of that primal natural movement and wiggle and shake it out. I'm gonna grab a sip of water now. Thumbs up if you feel warm, heated. Yay. So we had a request to open up the back of the legs. So we're gonna continue to do that. So we're gonna kind of break up the flow a little bit. If you have a wall nearby, please go ahead and use the wall for support. We're gonna go into Warrior 3 and some standing splits. So you might utilize that. If you have blocks, you can also use those for your hands. If you don't have blocks, you can also use a chair or a couch or a bed nearby. Okay, so you're gonna have those out in front of you, a wall behind you for your feet, or you could use it for your hands. So I'm just gonna use my blocks to show you. Again, you don't need any of it. On your next breath, inhale, sit back into your chair. And then take your hands and bring them by your waist. Check in with your lower back and your belly. Belly draws in as you lengthen the lower back. Bring your hands back to your waist, where your fingers are kind of touching your hip crease, because then you can really feel the femur going in when you start to hinge. So we're gonna start to hinge forward, keeping the knees bent. Bring the torso forward so that you're hovering over the ground, and your little fingertips are encouraging the thigh, the femur, in towards your hip socket. Again, belly's drawing in. Notice how your waist is neutral right now because we're on both legs. The challenge is, can you keep it that way as we lift the one leg? So if you have blocks, you can place your hands on the blocks, chair, couch, wall. Start to put your weight in your left foot and just bend the right knee. I want you to feel your hamstrings fire up as you're bending the knee. Drawing the belly in, keeping the knee bent. Start to lift the thigh up. So you can see my foot's pointing up towards the ceiling. From here, start to straighten the left leg, the standing leg. Press through. Nice. So you can feel the back left leg opening up. Your crown of your head is reaching forward. Now take your right toes, dorsiflex your foot, press through your heel, and now start to straighten that floating leg. Your body's in a T. Your arms can be at your heart center. They can be in airplane. They can be forward for the full expression. And they can also be down here. My focus is on my glute, my hamstring, so I'm gonna keep my hands here for right now. And let's just breathe. We've prepared our body to hold it statically. Can you guys hold for 7 breaths? Really tap into the fire within you. In ancient yoga texts, one of the sutras says that this practice, the postures we do, should be a balance of effort and ease. So if you're working too hard and you can't breathe, please adapt the pose so that you can breathe. All right. You got this. Come on. Get back in it with grace, with fire. One more big breath in. And then as you exhale, bend the knee first, the floating leg. Draw it in towards your core. And then release it down and hang forward. Woo. Feel that one. On your inhale, take a halfway lift. On your exhale, sit down into your chair, sweep the arms up, big stretch. And then arms to your sides. Feel the unevenness from left to right. One foot feels like it's higher than the other. One glute is on fire. And then let's go to the other side. You guys ready? Let's do it. Inhale, sit into your chair. Exhale, hands to waist. Use those fingertips. Press the thighs in as you come forward, hovering right over the floor. Core's engaged, tailbone lengthening. Put all your weight in your right foot. First hover the left foot, then kick your heel towards your booty. Then start to lift the thigh up. Whew, I can feel my left hamstring working. Your hands can stay here to heart or bring it to your blocks, your choice, of the wall or the couch. Start to straighten the standing leg. Press the thigh back. You got it. How's your breath? When you're ready, start to straighten the back leg as you kick through the heel. Ball of your foot is drawing towards you. Take your variation with your hands. On this side, I can do it a little bit with more ease. So I'm going to bring my arms forward into the full expression. Remember, each side is different. Honor that side of the body. Ooh, I can feel the shakes. Let's go. Stay with your breath. Muscles shaking, your body's transforming. Breathe in, and then exhale your hands down. Bend the left knee first. Use the belly to pull it in, and then release. Fold in half, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, arms forward, rise up. And then exhale, arms to your sides. For a moment, catch up here with your breath. I like to place my hands on my heart, feel your heart beating. And then tap yourself, say good job. All right, let's keep going. So we're gonna do standing splits now. If you have a wall, try to use it. If not, that's okay. Wherever you are, take a big breath in and then fold in half as you exhale. Your hands are on the ground. You don't need the wall. The wall just supports you, and I like to be supported. So when you're ready, take your right leg to the wall or high to the sky. So if your right leg's going to the wall, the right toes are pointed, and you're just reaching it as high as you can so that your leg is being supported in this lift. If you don't have a wall, and you don't even have blocks or any prop, it's gonna look like this. Head towards the ground, hands on the ground, and you're lifting the leg for your standing splits. Remember, it's not about what you look like. It's about what you're feeling. So breathe here. Remember when we were doing down dog earlier, at first I had you open the hips, and then I had you start to square the hips down. What I want you to do in this posture is square the hips down so that you're really actually opening your hips. I know that sounds a little confusing, but the more your hips are squared when you come into these stretches, the more you're going to actually feel the opening. One more breath in, and then exhale, slowly release. We're all in a forward fold, no matter what prop you're using or not. Halfway lift, hands to the floor to your blocks. Put your weight in your right leg and now send your left leg up. Once you get situated here, let your head hang back towards the ground. I forgot to mention on the other side, but hopefully you know by now you can add creative licensing. So if that means you wrap a hand around your leg and the other leg, you can. Follow your breath in, follow it out. Okay, one more breath in. And then exhale, slowly release back into your fold. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, we're gonna come down into a nice juicy squat. Perfect counter pose. You can be on the balls of your feet on your tippy toes. You can widen your stance if you'd like and sit down a little more. You can even sit on a block or a bolster, like this, if you want some extra support. All right. Let's bring our hands to the ground and step into your down dog. So it's gonna feel like we're going into cool down, but we're not yet. We're going to go into more yin and stretch it out so that we can get into our peak pose. Take your right leg and bring it forward and bring it behind your right wrist. If you'd like some cushion, put your blanket under your knee. Bring your hands on the inside of your foot if they're not already there. And as you inhale, open your heart. As you exhale, come down towards the ground. You can use blocks or a bolster, cushion, whatever you got under the arms so that you're on your elbows. You can also bring your elbows straight to the ground. You can also stay right here. So now we begin holding our postures for about a minute, not too long. It's a lot easier to harness our mind when we're going, right? Which is why this isolation, this staying home, shelter in place is so difficult for so many people because we're forced to be by ourselves in the stillness with this head space and heart space. It's much easier when we're always going, right? So here's a good time to practice harnessing your mind by staying with your breath. Really hug the right knee into your right shoulder. And then I want you to imagine there's strings in between the legs and you're pulling them. You're creating a nice little knot as you hug them towards each other. When you're doing that, sink into the pose a little bit more and feel that deep opening. Couple more breaths. Okay, from lizard pose, walk your hands up. Take your right foot and crawl it over towards the left wrist. Lower the right knee down into a figure four. So the right knee is on the right side of the mat. We're going into our sleepy pigeon. Breathe in here and then exhale, come all the way down as far as you can go. Keep your hips squared. What I want you to avoid is sitting down on the right booty. Keep the booty hovering and lifted. You can even do a self-assessment here and take your hand to your lower back and notice if one hip is hiking or dipping and try to level it out. Let's take 5 more breaths here. Okay, one more inhale. And then exhale, walk it up nice and slow. Whoop, whoop. And then take your leg and stretch it back into a one-legged tabletop and press. Breathe in and then bring it back forward. This time it's in between your hands. If you have blocks at home, bring them by your sides. If you have a blanket under your knee, I'm going to remove mine. You can fold it, and it can actually support you under your right booty, because we're going to go for it. Hanuman. Hanumanasana is our splits pose. So walk your foot a little forward, more forward than it was before, so that your shin is more at an angle. Start to shift the hips back, and notice if your hips are right over your thigh. From here, start to press the heel more forward and keep wiggling it forward as far as your body lets you go. You're pulling the toes in, so your foot's in dorsiflexion. The blocks are here to keep you lifted and to hold you. You can take this blanket under the booty or even under the thigh. If you don't have blocks, you might not necessarily need them. You can stay up here in half splits pose. So we've prepared your body to really open up the back of your legs and your hip flexors to get into this pose. So here we are, we made it. Whether you were in full splits, 3/4 or half, take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, see if you can start to come forward, hinging a little bit more. You might fall over your arms, over your legs. You might use your arms on your blocks. And breathe. How's your face? Soften it a little bit, smile. Where else in your body can you soften and smile? So we've been really working hard, and in this one, you might need to do the opposite. You might need to surrender, let go, and ease in. Pay attention to what arises here, any agitation, maybe sensitivity, and again, allowing yourself to feel whatever comes up, because we store a lot of our emotions in our body and especially our hips. Hey, baby, whoever that is. Take another big breath in, and then exhale, walk it up. To come out, use the strength of your upper body. Push yourself up and wiggle it in, back through like you're coming out of a pigeon, and then get back into your tabletop, and then slowly push back on your heels for a moment. Take a big breath. Woo, your legs should feel totally uneven right now, but let's even it out. So come on forward. Come back up into your down dog. Take your left leg, breathe in, and then as you exhale, bring it back outside of the left pinky. Gathering any props that you need for your lizard. Take a breath in, and then breathe out, lowering down however far you can on this side. Try to keep this pose, although we're passive, keep the action of hugging the knee in and drawing the inner thighs towards each other. Take a breath. Walk it up to your hands. Crawl the foot over towards the right side of your mat this time. Sleepy pigeon. Square everything off first. Breathe in and then breathe out. Come down. Any variation or modification that you need. Breathe in. Walk it up to your hands. Lift yourself up and bring your leg back into your one-legged tabletop and stretch it out. Breathe in here again. Exhaling. And then bring your leg back forward. Gather all the things that you might need on this side. Again, you can go half splits, 3/4, or full. Lower the back knee down. Wiggle your foot forward as much as you can. Start to straighten the front leg, shifting the sit bones back, and then start to wiggle it out. Sometimes I do this with my foot off of my mat on a blanket so that it could just kind of slide out, but I'm going to sit on my blanket today. All right, find your variation. Not right, wrong, good or bad, old and new, suffering or joy. That's what we want to think about. Find that balance of effort and ease. Breathe in, and then exhale. Shift forward, however far your body will let you. And it takes a while for your muscles to ease into the pose. A lot of times we think we're tight, but really we're tense. And so if you can tune into your breath, harnessing your mind, then your body will respond and it will let go, letting the muscle fibers open up. That's why yin is such a great practice, because then you can really let go. Stay with your breath. Just got to stay long enough. Stay. Isn't that so fitting to what we're doing right now? We all are forced to stay. We just got to stay and breathe and push through the discomfort and quit resisting and accept the change. And then from there, we can transform and we can really let go. Crazy. This is why I love this practice so much. It teaches us so much. Stay a little longer. Let's go 5 more breaths. Okay, one more inhale. Exhale, walk it up. Use your upper body strength and core to lift and wiggle your foot in towards the side and then back. Pause in tabletop for a moment and then sit back into your thunderbolt. Walk it forward. Crisscross the legs. Scoot your booty forward. You're amazing. You did it. We made it to our peak pose. Bring your arms in. And if you're pregnant, please roll to the side and come down. Otherwise, use your core and come all the way down. Before hugging the knees in, keep the knees bent and bring your feet to the ground. Let your lower back settle in a little bit. In fact, let's widen our feet to the sides of your mat and let your knees cave in. Then windshield wipe your knees. Let's come into a nice little twist. Take your knees to the right. You can let them hang. You can also take your right ankle and bring it on top of your left thigh. Maybe your chin goes to the left. Your gaze back up to center. Release your right ankle, bring your knees back to center. Your feet remain wide. Inhaling. And then exhaling, your knees drop to the left. Maybe the outside of your left ankle comes on top of the right upper thigh. Taking the chin to the right this time. Stay with your breath, even if you're not utilizing your Ujjayi breath. Continue to watch your breath in its natural state. On your next breath, look back up and then bring your knees back in as you release your ankle. Your feet come in. This time, hug the knees and massage your back. You can press the knees away from you and massage your tailbone. Switching directions. Doing some egg beaters. Just really notice how your hips are so open right now. Straighten your legs up towards the sky. Feel the openness in the back of the legs. Peace fingers to big toes if you'd like to do happy baby. Now is the time to do any other pose that you're maybe wanting to get into your practice. Please do whatever your body needs. If it's an inversion, a cooling inversion. Take your time wherever you are. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to squeeze into a tight little ball so that our body can feel tension and contraction. Stay here a little bit longer. Really hug it in. I'm going to reach for my feet. Squeeze into a tight ball so the whole body knows this tension. Big, big breath in. Even scrunch your face. And then exhale. Complete opposite. Come into your Shavasana. Letting it all out. Softening the entire body, relaxing into the earth. Let it support you, receive you, hold you. Where are you holding on to tension? Let it go. Honor the body by giving it a few moments to be still, to do nothing extra. To be. Close your eyes, softening your eyelids. Letting go of your to-do list. Cleaning the house, what you have to cook, the kids, the work. News, social media, all of it. Press pause and stay here. There's a grace when the heart is under fire. Another way when the walls are closing in. And when I look at the space between where I used to be and this reckoning, I know I will never be alone. Before making any sudden changes, really ruminate on that. This is a big, giant reckoning for ourselves, our community, our world. Although it may feel like you are alone, you are not alone. Can you receive that today? Can you choose to receive that? Please start to bring awareness to your breath, taking an inhale in. As you exhale, move through the fingers and the toes. Start to stretch out your arms and your legs. Like you're waking up for the very first time today. And then hug it in and slowly roll to either side. Taking a breath to get there. And then press press yourself up into a final seat. Easy pose is with your legs crossed. Some of you, this might not be an easy pose, so you could choose any pose. Let's bring our hands to our heart center. My encouragement to you is to reach in and then reach up and also reach out. You are not alone. Thank you so much for being here, for showing up to your mat, and for being part of our community here at United Yoga. Let's finish in gratitude, as I'm so grateful for all of you. Big breath in and exhale out. The student and the teacher in me honors and sees and acknowledges the student and the teacher in each and every single one of you. Namaste. Yay.
That was awesome. Woo.
Thanks, everybody.
Way to go, Barbara.
I loved it.